Hello students, today we will start chapter number 5, that is morphology of flowering plants. Now the flowering plants or the angiospermic plants, they appear, when they develop, they have different parts like root, stem, leaves, flower, fruits, seeds, etc. So the study of the external structure, their development, their function, all their parts, modifications, all these will study in this topic. Now when the seed will undergo the process of germination, it will give rise to two leaflets. The upper one is known as plumule, will give rise to the shoot system, and lower one is known as radicle, which will give rise to the root system. Now the plant will undergo the process of development, and after maturation it will enter into the reproductive phase. Then the flowers will appear. This flower will undergo the process of fertilization and give rise to the fruits. Inside the fruits, seed formation takes place, and again the seed will give rise to the new plant after germination. In this way the life cycle of the flowering plants completes. Now we'll study the root. The main part of the plant which is present inside the soil is known as root, which develops from the radicle. So the main important features of the root is that it develops from the radicle, then it grows inside the soil, that is, it is geotropic, positive geotropic and negative phototropic. Now it bears lateral roots also. Now the main root is known as the primary root, which will give rise to the lateral roots, that is secondary root. Then secondary root will give rise to the tertiary root, tertiary branches known as tertiary root, and all of these are collectively known as taproot. So there are mainly different types of root system. First is a taproot system. This is the characteristic feature of the dicotyledonous plants. The primary root along with its branches, that is secondary root and tertiary root, will constitute taproot system. A fibrous root system is the characteristics of the monocot plants. Here the root originate from the stem and stem base in bunches. They have no such structure like primary, secondary, tertiary. Now adventitious roots are the roots which are arising from other part than the radicle and from the other part of the plant, and they also helps the plant to give support, and for example banyan tree. So in this way we can see the root, from where the root develops, where does they present, and how many types of roots. In this slide we can see the diagram of the different types of roots. So there are two types of roots. First one is the taproot and second one is the fibrous root. Here we can see that the taproot have this a primary root, these are the secondary, and the smaller one is the lateral branches, that is secondary, tertiary root, and collectively it is known as taproot system. But in adventitious root, all the roots are arising from one place. Here this is the fibrous root, diagram of the fibrous root. From one place only bunch of roots are arising. They are not like primary, secondary and tertiary, and they are arise from the radicle of the plant. In this slide we will study about the functions of the root. What are the functions which are performed by the root for the plants? Some of the important functions are: it provide encourage to the plant parts, gives support to whole plant part, then helps in absorption of water and mineral from the soil and send in each and every part of the plant. Then some of the plants, the roots are modified to store the food material. Then in the root also involved in the synthesis of some plant hormones like auxin. Then root, in some plants root nodules are formed, like in leguminous plants, where the rhizobium bacteria lives in that root nodule as a symbiotic association and fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil and hence increase the soil fertility. Now the vegetative propagation also done by some of the roots. They help in propagation of new plants and give rise to the new plants. Then there are different parts of the root, like the root cap which is covering the root apex and protect it. Next comes the region of meristematic activity or the zone of meristem. In this zone, the cell will undergo rapid cell division and increase the number of the cells. Above this, the region of elongation is there, in which the cell will undergo the process of elongation, but no cell division will take place. And above this region comes the region of maturation, where the cell will undergo differentiation and becomes mature according to the function of the root. Then root hairs are present in the region of maturation, which are delicate and thread like structure, and hence they helps in absorption of water and mineral from the soil. So these are different regions of different zone of root that we will study through this slide also, diagram also. Roots undergo some modifications according to their functions. Their shape and size becomes modified and helps the root in different functions. For example, prop roots. The example is banyan tree. These prop roots are arising from the upper part of the plant and they give support. For example, banyan tree, and then they come to the soil and fix the plant there, and in this way they helps the main root in giving support. Second one is the stilt root. For example, it appears in the sugar cane, maize, etc. They arise from the nodes of the plant and they will grow in size and fix themselves in the soil and helps in the giving support to the plant. Then third one is the nematophores. Nematophores are specialized roots which are present in rhizophora, those plants which are growing in the marshy places where oxygen is deficit in the soil. So the roots come out and they helps in the process of respiration. They absorb oxygen from the atmosphere and in this way they helps in the process of respiration. Then food storage. Some of the roots undergo the process of modification for food storage. For example, these are of following types, that is conical root, fusiform, nepiform and tuberous. Conical root example is carrot, where they are broad at the base and toward the apex they become conical. Fusiform in case of radish, in which in middle it is swollen and at both the ends it is tapered. Then napiform, which is spherical and at the base it becomes narrow. For example, turnip. Then tuberous, no specific shape is there, they are irregular in shape. For example, sweet potato. So these are some modifications of food storage. In this slide, we can see different parts of the plant, different zone of the plant that we had already studied. That this is the root cap which is protecting the region of meristematic activity, this root apex which is covered by root cap. Now just after this root cap, here near the root apex, this zone is known as region of meristematic activity, where the cell will undergo the cell division, rapid cell division and increase the number of the cell. Now these cells are pushed toward the upper side and this is known as region of elongation, where the cell will not undergo division but they will undergo elongation process, grow in size. Then these cells are pushed towards this upper side, that is known as region of maturation. This cell will undergo the process of differentiation, they will get mature and root hair arise here. With these root hair helps in absorption of water and mineral for this root, and they absorb the water and mineral from the soil and they send those from to the upper part of the plant. Now in this figure we can see the different types of root, their modifications. This is fibrous root system which is present in the monocot plant. Then tap root, this is the conical tap root is there. Here tap root, the conical upper side it is, here base is narrow and upper side it is conical in shape. Prop roots which are coming out from upper side of the root. Then adventitious root is also coming out from upper side of the root. So there are different types of roots. Now the next part, that is known as stem. This stem arises from the plumule of the seed or the embryo, and the stem is positive phototropic, that is it grows towards the light away from the geotropic. Now they develop from the plumule of the embryo, and it is ascending part towards the upper side. Now it bears nodes and internodes. It is usually green in color, bears branches, flowers, fruits, etc., and it becomes brown in woody plants later on. The nodes are the places, and in between, in the interval, the place between the two nodes is known as internodes. Near the nodes, the branches arise, flowering occurs. So this is all about the stem. They will also undergo some modification process that we will study. Now functions, important functions of the stem which are performed by the stem are: they bears and give support to branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. Then they give passage for conduction of water and mineral to different parts of the plant. They also perform the activity of photosynthesis because they are green in color, and in some plants they are totally modified for the process of photosynthesis, especially in xerophytic plants where leaves are modified into spine. Now they also performs and helps in the storage of food material. They give support to the plant, and stem like roots also, they also helps in the process of vegetative propagation. That means they give rise to the new individual plant. Here we can see the stem, the two types of stem, woody stem as well as non-woody stem. In woody stem, shrubs and trees, that means bigger plant, and here non-woody stem is present in the herbs, that is very small plants which are more flexible, very flexible, here less flexible, and here they becomes woody, brown in color, strong and stout. We can see here that stem also undergoes the process of modification to perform various activities. Different types of modifications are: underground modification, which is occurs inside the soil; subaerial modification, above the soil but touching the soil; and the aerial modification, above the soil but not touching the soil. So in this way these are various types. For example, underground modification occurs for the process of root, storage of food material. For example, rhizome occurs in ginger, bulb, that is in onion, garlic, etc., tuber in potato, corm in colocasia, all are helping in the process of storing of food material. Then subaerial modification like runner in cynodon grasses, then stolon in jasmine, offset in eichhornia, that is aquatic plant, then sucker in chrysanthemum, all helps in the process of vegetative propagation. Now aerial modifications are also for various purpose like tendril. Tendril generally found in the cucumber and other plants also, and they helps in giving the support to the plant. Then the thorns are the other modification found in different plants like citrus, they protect the plant. Then phylloclade and cladode are present in the xerophytic plant. This phylloclade is the modified stem which is responsible for photosynthesis in the plant, because the leaves are already modified into the spine to minimize the rate of transpiration. Then cladode, bulbil, all of these are different types of modification of a stem performing various activities for the stem. In this figure we can see different types of stems. Here different types of stems, that is stolon, then tuber, potato, then this is rhizome like in ginger, bulb of onion, then this is twinning, that is tendrils which are giving support to the plant. So these are different types of modification of the stem. Now the main functions of the stem is that they give support to the plant, they transport nutrients among different parts of the plant, they give passage for the conduction of water and mineral to different parts of the plant, then hold leaves up to the sun. Then to support the weight of the tall plants, stems have modified vascular tissues and they give support. They have also helps in giving support like xylem. Then they provide the passageway for xylem and phloem to transport water and nutrients throughout the plant, lower side as well as upper side. Leaves are another very important part of the plant, which are originating on the branches, the stem. They originate from the shoot apical meristem and arranged acropetally. Now these lateral structure, which are flattened structure, green in color and present on stem as well as branches. Different parts of leaves. Different parts of leaves are the leaf base, which bear stipule from where they arise from the branches. Then petiole, which hold the leaf and allow it to flutter in air. Then lamina or leaf blade, which is green expanded part of the plant and bears stomata, veins. The main vein is known as midrib, and which bears the veins, their branches, that is veinlets, and all of these are collectively form the venation of the leaf. There are two types of venations we can see in angiospermic plants. In dicot, the venation is reticulate, that is network like structure, and in monocots the venation is parallel type. They helps in the process of photosynthesis. There are various types of leaves depending upon their structure. Now the main type is simple and compound leaf. Simple leaf, for example in banyan tree, and compound leaf are of two types, that is pinnately compound and palmately compound. For example, pinnately compound neem plant and palmately compound in cotton plant. So we will study this through the diagram. Then phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaf, is known as mode of arrangement of leaf is known as phyllotaxy. For these are of three types: alternate, opposite and hold. Alternate example is mustard, opposite example is calotropis, and hold example is Aldsonia, that will also see in the diagram. Now there are various modifications of leaves like tendrils, spines, then scale leaves, insect catching leaves. So tendrils, for example in Pisum sativum, they give support, some of the leaves are modified to give support to the plants. Then in case of Opuntia and other xerophytic plants, they modify into spines to minimize the rate of photosynthesis. Some of the leaves are modified as scale leaves. In some plants like insectivorous plants, they also transform, modify in a pitcher like structure, like in case of Nepenthes, etc. And various functions are performed by leaves are photosynthesis. They undergo the process of photosynthesis because they have a special structure that is known as chlorophyll, chloroplast, and hence they are known as kitchen of the plant. Now they also involved in the process of the storage of food material. Some of the leaves helps in modify and helps in insect catching. Then some of the leaves modify to give support, like in Pisum sativum as tendrils, and leaves also perform the activity of vegetative propagation, for example Bryophyllum leaf. Through this diagram we can see different types of leaves. Main two types are simple leaf and compound leaf. Here we can see the simple leaf is undivided leaf. This is the structure we can see here. This is the branch from where the leaf is arising. Then this is the petiole, this is the bract, this is leaf base, the swollen part, this is petiole, and this portion is known as leaf lamina or leaf blade. Now this is the midrib, these are the veins and showing the reticulate venation. This is the leaf apex. So these are different parts of the leaf. Now this simple leaf is undivided leaf, that is leaf lamina is not divided, and when the leaf lamina or leaf blade is divided and divided into the small leaflets, then it is known as compound leaves. Here we can see that the compound leaf divided into multiple leaflets which are attached at the stem, and these are of two types depending upon their excision of the leaf lamina, like pinnately compound and palmately compound. the feather like arrangement of the leaflets from mid vein. This is the mid vein from where the small leaflets are arising. Actually this is a single leaf and these are the leaflets. So this leaf lamina is excised, broken down, divided into a small leaflet. That's why it is known as compound leaf, and they are arising in this way, then it is known as pinnately compound leaf. Now palmately compound leaf here, the simple leaf is also divided into, this leaf blade is divided into 5 parts, 5 leaflets, but all the leaves are arising from the same point, palm like structure. That's why it is known as the palmately compound. But here pinnately compound, all the leaves are not arising from the single place. Now this is the structure of the simple leaf. This is the axillary bud present in the axile. Here if the stipule is present, then the leaf is known as stipulate, and if stipule is not present, the leaf is known as astipulate, exstipulate. Now this is double compound leaf and this is double compound leaf. We can see here the diagrams and we can understand how the structure are named of the leaves. In different plants, different shape of leaves are present, and depending upon their shape, different names are also there. Like such type of leaf in grasses, it show the venation, that is parallel type, and here it is slender, narrow, long leaf known as linear. Such type of structure is known as ovate leaf. Example is China rose or hibiscus. Such type of structure like guava etc. is known as elliptical leaf. Oblong like banana, such structure is known as, such shape is known as oblong. Then in cordate like in betel leaf, heart shaped leaf is there. Lanceolate like in bamboo. Then needle shaped leaf like in pinus plant. Then it is known as acicular. Then reniform or kidney shaped leaf is present in Indian pennywort. Then such structure like lotus is known as orbit shaped or orbicular. Then arrowhead shaped, that is sagittate, structure is known as sagittate. Such structure is known as hastate. This structure is known as lyrate. Such structure is known as spatulate. This type of structure is known as rhomboid shaped like in rose. Then oblique when it is begonia. Then cunate, this structure, that is water lettuce. So depending upon their shape, different names are given. One more thing, when the leaf lamina is, this lamina outer margin is smooth, then it is known as smooth margin, and like in case of rose, the margin is not smooth, this is serrate. Such type of structure is known as serrate margin. So in some leaves it is serrate like in China rose etc., and in others we can see in a betel leaf the margin is smooth, that's why known as smooth margin. So there are various types of leaves.